Everybody, welcome back to Merciless Iron Gaming. We are doing Nostalgia Quest Player 2. I am here with Luna. Whole gimmick is we're playing games Luna never had a chance to play. She knows nothing about any of these games other than them being popular or iconic in some way or shape or form. So no spoilers in the comments, everybody. Luna, how you doing?
Doing great.
Awesome. I know I keep anybody's watching this by the third week. This is the third episode that we're filming, and we're doing these in 30-minute chunks. So I keep asking Luna how she's doing every 30 minutes. So it's a little silly, but whatever. You don't know. This comes out once a week. So we are playing Doki Doki Literature Club, which I know a lot of you know as iconic. For various reasons. We have decided that we like Natsuki, the manga enthusiast, and she's adorable. I love her. So we have just shared our poem with her, and she has shared her poem with us and schooled the fuck out of me because I was being a judgy McJudgy person, and
I loved her poem.
Luna liked it right off the bat, and I'm just my elitist bullshit over here. So now we have
to try.
Yeah, people can
but
try.
But they fall flat.
But they fall flat. Yeah. So we are now going to share our poem with somebody else. Luna, yes. Would you like to go with Sayori, Yuri, or Monika?
Just because I want to pick on you, let's go with Monika.
I knew it. Okay. Hi, Blurp. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? All right, I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Blurp. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monika my poem. I don't know why she was Yoda for a second, but I like it, Blurp.
Right?
Really? It's a lot cuter than I expected. Oh, jeez. Oh, no. It kind of makes me think of something Natsuki would write. I'm so glad that we were just guessing and we got the Natsuki vibe.
Right?
And she's a good writer too. So take that as a compliment. If you say so. Yep. By any chance, have you read anything by Shel Silverstein? You mean Where the Sidewalk Ends? That guy? That Shel Silverstein?
Damn.
Maybe a long time ago, I got so lost in the Monika sauce. He's famous for telling all kinds of stories in just a few simple words. His poems can be funny, endearing, or even sad, and sometimes they're only a few lines long. I actually remember, I'm gonna have to look this up and see if it was Shel Silverstein, because I actually remember a poem from them, word for word. Was it Sister for Sale? Oh my god, it is. Oh my god, I do remember. It was something like, one sister for sale, one lying and crying young sister for sale. I'm really not kidding. Who'll start the bidding? $1, a nickel, a penny? Oh, isn't there anybody who wants to buy a sister for sale, a lying and crying young sister for sale? Something like that. And
damn.
I don't know why that particular poem is the one that I remember for the rest of my life. I'm going to be an Alzheimer's patient in the home, and I'm just going to be mumbling that to myself.
Muttering that nonstop over and over
again. Yeah.
Damn.
They might even feel like they're writing for kids, but if you think about them, they can express views of the world that would apply to anybody. I see. So you're saying that Natsuki is kind of like that? Sort of. Maybe she's not an expert, but you probably won't find much filler in her poems. They might be easy to write, but they're super challenging to get the meaning through, so I can see why it would be your kind of poem to explore. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find that kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little bit biased towards their own kinds of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Ha ha ha. Ha ha. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, it's not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in the wall. It could have been me. See the direction a sparkle protrudes? A noisy neighbor? An angry boyfriend? I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel blind like a film left out in the sun, but it's too late. My retinas! Already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright, but it was too deep. Stretching forever into everything, a hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in, I was looking out, and he on the other side was looking in. Damn, that's
creepy as fuck.
That's weird. I mean, wow, that was really great, Monica. Wow, very deep.
What the hell?
My favorite part is, but it's too late, my retinas. So, what do you think? It's very free form, if that's what you call it.
What?
Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. Fucking Luna's
style? What?
Fucking Luna is losing her mind. That's it. A lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was...
It just the fuck was!
What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe...
No! Tell me!
Maybe after everyone is better friends with each
Why?
other. Anyway... Here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. Just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today.
What?
Thanks for listening.
Monica's possessed.
I think Monica might be a little depressed. Just a bit depressed, I think. Okay, my voice needs a break. We're gonna do Sayori.
Okay. This is a good poem, Blurb. Are you sure it's your first time?
Of course. It's not that good. Am I the kind of guy that would be writing poems in his spare time?
I guess you're right. But that's why it impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously. Or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy just that you wrote one. It just reminds me of how you're really a part of the club now.
Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise.
See? It's like I said before, Blurb. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people, that's something that only real good people do.
Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined, knowing how much this means to her and all.
Yeah. And I'm going to make sure you have lots of fun here, okay?
Okay.
That, that will be my way of thanking you.
All right, I'm gonna hold you to that then.
Yay! Now you'll read my poem too, right?
Kind of the gist of the exercise.
Don't worry, I'm really bad at this.
We'll see about that.
Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me run the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day?
Rainy day.
Rainy day.
You got this, girl. It's all right. You got this. I have faith in you.
I look above. The sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever, but I'm not mad. I want breakfast.
Girl, me too. You know what? I don't know what I was expecting from a poem from Sayori, but that's exactly what I feel like a poem from Sayori would be like.
Right?
It's really cute.
Especially the breakfast.
Yeah. Sayori. This is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this?
No. Just a little bit.
You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question.
I forgot to do it last night.
Well, at least that makes me feel a little better about myself.
Don't be mean. I still tried my best.
I wish I could come up with something that good before I went to school. Yeah. I didn't mean to say that it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you.
Really?
Yeah. Especially that last line.
I made eggs and toast.
Delicious. Even though you were late to school?
It's bad to skip breakfast.
She is Usagi. This is just Usagi.
Right? I get all cranky.
Well, then have a Snickers, Sayori. Well, I guess then there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me.
This was so much fun. Monika's the best.
Yeah.
But next time I won't forget. And I'm gonna write the best poem ever.
Well, I guess I look forward to it. Alright, only one person left.
Yep. Let's go.
Yuri means lily in Japanese, by the way.
Ooh. I wonder how dark it's gonna be. Or how bright. Let's see.
Yuri stares at the poem. A minute passes. More than enough time for her to finish reading. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to start speaking. Is that something you do often? I think that's something you need to talk to a doctor about. Jesus. It's like, you know, that kind of sounds like ADHD, like when somebody texts me and then I'm like, oh yeah, I'll message them back in a minute, and 6 weeks later. Yeah.
Right?
It's fine, don't force yourself. I'm not. I just need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on. Okay. This is your first time writing a poem, right? Yeah. Why do you ask? I'm just making sure. I guess that it might be after reading through it. So it's that bad. No. Did I just raise my voice? I'm so sorry. Yuri buries her face in her hands. I couldn't help but notice that it's been several minutes and we really haven't gotten anywhere. It might take Yuri a while to get used to new people. It's fine, I really didn't notice. What were you saying? Oh, right, that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers, and having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them, and I think that most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. Oh god, I have to burp.
Damn, Yuri.
It might take...
Yes.
It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little biased, though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. It shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. Well, now I'm curious.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Oh, please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Is it also gonna be a dissertation, or are you just gonna let me read your fucking... Yuri smiles dreamily.
God.
Yuri smiles dreamily as if that's a rare opportunity for her. Which, itself, is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Oh my god, I knew her writing was gonna be like this, like her style of writing.
Right?
Ghosts under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow, bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe. Calm, breathing air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. Okay. It sounds very post-apocalyptic.
I kind of dig it.
Oh,
though.
no, I didn't say it was bad. I just said it's got a post-apocalyptic feel to it. I'm sorry. I have such terrible handwriting. Shut the fuck up, bitch. Have you seen my... No, absolutely not.
God.
What? I wasn't thinking that at all, but it took you a long time to read. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. Eh? That's a relief. Also, I liked the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short? Yeah, I was like, girl, what the fuck you talking about? Fucking, wasn't,
Natsuki's...
didn't we just talk to Monika about Shel Silverstein and there being like 6 lines? I usually write longer poems. Not at all. Really glad you liked it. I'll be honest, since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. That was easy to digest? Okay. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Actually,
she likes horror.
The story isn't about a ghost at all, Blurp. Really? Yes, it's called metaphor, Blurp. It's called metaphor.
Right?
I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, oh Jesus Christ, Yuri.
God,
this is his Yuri, I love you, but this is his first day. In this case,
you're gonna make his brain explode.
In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing, really. Well, it makes me happy that you think that. Just remember that it won't be long before you pick up on these things too. Yeah, maybe you're right. I guess I'll have to keep trying. I'm counting on you. Wow, it's okay.
Wow.
Woo! I guess that's everyone. Glance around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone's judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. I don't think so. I think everybody said it was pretty good.
Yeah.
Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. Look, dude, don't compare yourself to other people, all right? This is Akira's advice to the masses, okay? Don't compare yourself to other people. I know it's, oh my god, this person makes stuff so good, how can I make anything? They make stuff in their own style, you make stuff in your own style, okay? Yeah. Am I the best YouTuber? Absolutely not. Are you kidding? I've got 3 people that watch this channel, okay? 3. And it's not because, you know, I'm fantastic or something. It's 3 people, probably my friends. But I do it anyway because it's fun, right? So you know, trying your best. That's all that's really important, is trying your best and you being proud of your work. It doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to be you, okay? So that's a little serious side there. This is literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monika are happily chatting. Sayori and Monika talk a lot, apparently, because this is like the second time he's mentioned this.
Mm-hmm.
My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly.
What's with this language?
Eh? Did you say something?
Oh, it's nothing.
Natsuki dismissively returns to poem to the desk with one hand.
I guess you could say it's fancy.
Thanks. Yours is cute.
Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How could that be cute?
I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice.
Eh? You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all.
She's trying, Natsuki. Well, I do have a couple of suggestions.
If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it. And Blurp did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all...
Excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And Blurp liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up.
Oh, I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri.
Eh? That's not what I... you're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Blurp appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours.
And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself?
Oh, no. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy.
Is everyone okay?
The answer is no, Sayori.
Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Blurp started showing up.
I'm sorry, what? Didn't I show up yesterday? Didn't Blurp show up yesterday? It's because we went home and we did this and then... So, her boobs grew in a day? Is she... Wait, is she saying she stuffs her bra? Natsuki!
Wow.
Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve... Okay, are you ready for this, Luna? Okay, 1, 2, 3. This doesn't involve
This
you.
doesn't involve you. I don't like fighting, guys.
Suddenly, both girls turn towards me as if they just noticed I was standing there. Blurp! She's just trying to make me look bad.
It's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point in making your poems all convoluted for no reason?
I'd like to just take this time to say I don't miss high school.
Right? The meaning should jump out at the... The meaning should jump out at the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Help me explain that to her, Blurp.
Wait, there's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning the most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right, Blurp? Well? How did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing, but whomever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. Alright, Luna, since this is our first playthrough, you get to pick.
Oh, goodness.
You want Natsuki, Simple Rider, Yuri, Deep Rider, or Scream for Sayori to get us the hell out of here?
A few moments later.
We're trying to impress Natsuki, right?
Yeah.
So, Natsuki?
3 hours later.
Luna?
Yeah.
Yuri, you're really talented. Well, but Natsuki has a point. I think that I racked my brain in an attempt to back myself up. I think that conveying feelings with few words can be just as impressive as well. It lets the reader's imagination take over, and Natsuki's poem did a really good job at that.
Yeah. It did, didn't it? Ha ha. Shows how much you know.
That's not... Natsuki. I think that's enough.
Huh? Me? But she was so mean to me.
Natsuki voice whines. Look, what we talked about yesterday was right. Writing is a really personal thing, and sharing it can definitely be hard. It looks like we learned that today. Even small criticism can lead to something pretty heated. I glance over my shoulder. Sayori is nodding vigorously. Yeah, so you don't need to feel threatened. You're a great writer, Natsuki. Natsuki's voice gets caught in surprise.
Thanks for noticing.
She finally mutters that, barely audible. Yuri. Yuri looks at me dejectedly. With a face like that, I can't help but feel bad for her as well. I'm sure that Natsuki didn't mean everything she said, so you don't need to feel threatened either. Well, if you say so.
Hey. It's not like you need to apologize for me, Blurp.
Well, then apologize.
Sheesh.
Natsuki takes a breath.
The thing about...
Natsuki glances around the room.
Would everybody stop staring at me?
And surprisingly, Natsuki has a harder time with it than she boasted. Sayori and Monika look away.
Anyway, the thing about your boobs, I didn't mean it, okay? That's all.
Natsuki looks away, avoiding eye contact with anyone.
Yeah, you're naturally beautiful, Yuri.
Sayori?
Say,
I go make us some tea.
I was just trying to help.
I'm sure she appreciated it, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder. Well, now that we're past that, everybody read each other's poems, right? Everybody read. This is English. English language is just difficult, folks. I hope that it was worthwhile for everyone, especially you, Blurp. And to be honest, it's a nice change of pace from the lazing around we got a little too used to. So my joining the club was responsible for ruining the atmosphere. No, not at all, not at all. There's still time before we go home, so we'll all relax for a bit. Of course, besides chatting, we do literature-related things in the club room, so maybe you can take the chance to pick up a book or do some writing. Read a book, motherfucker, read a book. After all, that's what the club is for.
I disagree, Monika.
Yeah, about what?
That's not the most important thing about the literature club. The most important thing is having fun.
Of course. Well, I guess that's why you're the vice president, Sayori. In the end, though, Monika's right. Being in the literature club probably means I can't spend all my time doing nothing. But in the end, I guess it's been worth it so far. Okay, everyone. It's just about time for us to leave. How did you all feel about sharing poems?
It was a lot of fun.
Well, I'd say it was worth it.
It was alright. Well, mostly.
Blurb, how about you? Yeah, I'd say the same. Sorry, I keep getting distracted. by my alarm. I'm gonna fix that later, guys. I'm sorry. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Awesome! In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow, and maybe you'll learn something from your friends too, so your poems will turn out even better. I think to myself, I did learn a little more about the kinds of poems everyone likes. With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job impressing those I want to impress. I nod to myself with newfound determination.
Herb, ready to walk home?
Sure, let's go. Sayori beams at me. It truly has been a while since Sayori and I have spent this much time together. I can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Okay, we are gonna stop here because my timer ran out. Thanks anybody, blah 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 blah. Oh my god, you know what? I need to do like vocal warm-ups before we do this, because I keep tripping over myself. But anyway, you guys, thanks again so much for watching. We are very excited playing Doki Doki. I think Luna's having a good time.
Yes, I am.
Awesome, great. I think Natsuki's our favorite girl so far. So,
Yes.
thank you everybody for watching. We will see you in the next episode. Bye!